welcome to Inside. Oh no, not Inside the Mind of. Whoa, I just did that on Monday. That's why.
Whoa! Whoa!
Woohoo! Wrong
I
show.
was like, it's
You
like
know,
we're doing a part two and you didn't tell me?
surprise part two. No, yeah, this is ShElite Showcase. Listen, guys, it's been a week.
It's
All
been a
right,
week.
I can only do so much. My brain can only work
Yeah.
so many ways. This is the
Leave her alone. She's the hardest.
I,
Yeah, I was gonna say she's the
I
hardest working woman in podcasting.
doing like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the ShElite Showcase. I swear, not Inside the Mind of. That the background would be different. There'd be no chat. Y'all would understand.
I
y'all
wouldn't be here.
Savannah would be here. Yeah. I mean, whew. But hi, I'm Katie. Katie Kinsey Bebe, your hostess with the mostest,
Baby.
shaman of ShElite, hardcore woman in podcasting. I'm just doing everything out of order at this point. Fuck it. I don't care.
Yeah.
It's
As long as it gets out there, that's cool.
it'll be fine. We gotta switch it up every
Yeah,
now and
fine,
then,
it's
right? They gotta keep
Nothing
it
wrong
spicy.
with that. Spicy.
Spicy, exactly. Speaking of spicy, my lovely co-host, the Young Bucks.
I just
Nation
unplugged my laptop,
sensation,
that's why.
the fire breathing, the Rhodes family, and the spice of life, the sassiest senorita that I know, the hangman Adam Page to my widow Adam Cole, baby. Miss Y to Garcia Savannah.
Hi, Katie.
Hi, Savannah.
I unplugged my charger, so I'm gonna go lean down and plug it back in.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Plug your charger in. Hey, we're doing great today, guys.
Stream. Can you tell we have our shit together?
We always do.
Said no one ever.
Yeah, literally says no one ever. Hi guys, how are you? Is everyone doing okay? Is everyone drink water today? Savannah, did you drink water today?
I did drink water because if I don't drink water in this El Paso heat, I would probably die.
I hope everybody else drank water. I chugged about half a bottle of water when I got home from work today, so
Yeah.
I can treat myself with my energy drink now. So, guys, we're just gonna dive right into this because we got a whole, what's a good word for this?
Quite
A whole,
There's news.
Kerfuffle of news. Allison,
That's
drink
one way to
water.
put it.
She said no. Allison, drink water. Everybody, if you're watching live now on twitch.tv/ShElite Showcase,
Yeah.
or if you're
Go
watching
drink water.
after the fact on youtube.com/ShElite Showcase, or if you're listening on Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, or Apple Podcasts, everybody needs to be drinking water. If you haven't had a drink of water today, just take a little sippy sip for me. I promise it'll be worth it. I'm just trying to make sure everybody's healthy, you know what I'm saying?
Your kidneys will thank you.
Your kidneys will thank you if you're somewhere where it's hot. No, Diet Coke does not count, Allison. But let's get into this kerfuffle of news here.
Yes.
First, on Raw, Triple H, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, Paul Levesque, Papa H, Papa Trips, whatever we want to call him, unveiled a new World Heavyweight title. Now, this title will go to whichever brand Roman Reigns is not drafted to, and the draft is a theme because we will be talking about it for the question of the week stuff. No, we will not be doing an actual draft because everybody does it. Like, Young Kings did a draft.
Katie, it's NFL draft day. We should do a draft.
I was contemplating it. I will say.
Okay.
But Young
That's
Kings
fine.
Wrestling did a draft. You guys can go check that out. Vince and myself are doing a draft next week. So you can check that out. Because he plans all of it. I kind
When
of
is
just
the
show up.
actual draft again?
the the actual draft for WWE is tomorrow as we record today as it gets uploaded, and
Oh shit!
Monday.
Already.
So two
Oh
nights,
damn.
2 nights
Okay.
of draft. So
I don't
that's
know why I thought it was the next week. I would have missed it.
well, that's kind of why we're gonna. I mean, spoiler. We're gonna do like a little like what ifs thing, like what we think is gonna happen, and then when we come back next week, we'll see if we're right. So
Sounds good. Sounds
little
good.
different than a normal draft. But like I was
Yeah.
saying, whichever brand does not draft Roman Reigns, the other brand will be getting the World Heavyweight title, beautiful looking belt, and the uh, new champion will be crowned. I couldn't think of the words. The new champion will be crowned at the Saudi show, Night of Champions, May 27th. So we have literally a month, because today is the 27th as we record this. One
Oh
month
yeah. A
until we
month from
find
now.
out who the new champion is.
I keep seeing like people talking about Finn versus Seth, but this time Seth wins. I'm like, dude, that'd be freaking gold. Except also poor Finn, he deserves a reign that's not one motherfucking day.
I mean, I agree. He does deserve a reign, a Roman Reigns. Yeah, so we'll see what's going on with that. People are hating on that belt so hard. I like it, says Allison. People hate on everything.
I like it too. They're like, why is there a big W stuck in the middle? I'm like, is that not their fucking logo? Because, branding. Have you
It's
not
branding.
seen a world title belt? Like, and especially have you not seen the world title belt in which, for the company in which WWE is merged with?
Yeah,
There's
like
a big UFC right in the fucking middle, and you're acting so shocked that there's the WWE logo in the middle of this belt. I mean, did they forget that the other two titles that Roman Reigns is holding is just the logo itself, and that's actually it's actually an improvement, this new belt?
yeah, like this. I think this it's a revamped version of the big gold belt from like the early 2000s.
Exactly. And people are like, why did they just bring it back? I'm like, dude, because I'm sorry, but it's outdated, okay? It is.
Gotta
Like,
keep things
it's not
fresh.
modernized. Yeah, I was like, this is a modernized version of it, and I like it. You don't have to like it, but like the way you bitch about it, it just makes you sound so unaware. Like, look, you need to have the logo at some point. It's your fucking company.
Yeah,
Every company has their title or their company name on the title. Like, it almost sounds like common sense that people seem to not really have.
yeah. People be lacking common sense. I personally think the belt's really cute. It's cute. You know what I'm saying? It's nice. It's
I like
fancy.
it.
Some people are calling it a consolation prize because Roman.
that
They
that
literally had to
that shit
create
is funny
another
though.
belt because Roman doesn't defend his and all of this stuff, which I can see that argument. I 100% agree. But
I
they
do
needed a
agree
belt.
also, but at the same time, and I was gonna say, I was like, kind of like, first of all, the fact that they didn't. First of all, they didn't have to unite the two, the Universal and the World Title. They didn't have to do that. They did though,
They
but
did.
because of that, there was obviously going to be, a world title missing from one of the brands, which you kind of need if you want to do a brand split. That's why the Universal title was made in the first place, because
Yep.
the World Heavyweight title at the time went to SmackDown in 2016.
Exactly. So, we have a month to. Well, actually, we'll probably figure out come tomorrow night, Monday night, who knows, where Roman will be and then which brand will get this title. So,
Yeah.
Allison says, I just hope it's not a hot potato belt. I don't think it will be. It won't be like
I don't
TNT
think it will.
hot potato, at least.
I don't think so either. Like, I know, like, well, even then, before, I'm trying to think before Roman Reigns, but then again, this dude's held it for almost like 3 fucking years. Um, I'm trying to think. First of all, who's the damn champion before Roman Reigns? Brock
Uh,
Lesnar, I know, was the one who he won the heavyweight, the world title from, but the Universal title,
was
I don't even remember where the
Bray.
fuck he won it from. Bray Wyatt?
I
Was
think the
it really?
Fiend, because Roman won it in a triple threat. Now, someone can correct me if I'm wrong. Roman won it in a triple threat. It came in like the very end between the Fiend and Braun.
That's crazy. I don't remember that. Because I'm
Go on.
trying to. It wasn't that much of a hot potato belt before Roman's reign. Like they had the belt for at least a month or two.
Yeah.
Except the Miz, poor Miz. He got it for a week, but you knew someone had to lose to Bobby Lashley, and Miz was the the legend to step up and do it because the Miz is awesome,
Well,
literally.
yeah.
That's his thing.
He is awesome. That is true. Um, let's
Yeah.
let's get into the. Let's just get into it. Raise your hand if you're surprised WWE is getting sued again.
I'm just kidding. No, I'm not.
I see no hands raised. Let me
um.
explain what's going on. So, WWE is being sued again. This time, basically, like, I'll read like bits and pieces of
Yeah.
the lawsuit by Brittany Abrams. She was a former writer for WWE, and she's basically suing WWE and specific people in WWE for being racist. Let's read some of the examples that she stated in her lawsuit. All of these I've gotten from WrestleOps on Twitter. They kind of like broke everything down and tweeted things as they were coming out in the lawsuit. So you guys can go to their Twitter and check everything out. So this one is the lawsuit Brittany Abrams vs. WWE also states, because I took them in like random screenshots, that on another occasion, a writer allegedly proposed that a Muslim's wrestler's secret in a script be that he was, quote, behind the 9/11 attacks. Now that is...
The fuck?
So there's more detail on that. Miss Silvers and Brittany Abrams, the only black writers on the team at the time, were asked to pitch a love storyline between wrestlers Aaliyah Mansour and Angel Garza. Miss Silvers and Brittany Abrams pitched that Mansour have a secret that he's keeping from Aaliyah. Ryan Callahan, who is also one of the people Brittany Abrams is targeting in the lawsuit, disagreed with the secret that the two writers originally wanted, and he suggested how about his secret is he's behind the 9/11 attacks. That is a direct quote from the lawsuit.
Wait. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, wait. So is this like the same story that you're just kind of going more into detail in, or is it two separate storylines that
it was
involve...
the same one.
Oh, okay. I was like, I thought but not that it's any better. But I thought there was two others like this. This was another storyline. I was like, dude, do you have like no originality that you have to just go into the? Oh wow.
Yeah. So like there like the first screenshot I took is like snippets of things, and then I have a few that like go into more detail. So like the second one was writer suggested a black male wrestler dress in drag. They were suggesting Reggie dress up in drag and team with Carmella. Why? I have no fucking idea. I don't know.
I don't know either. Like, if it was his idea, like he wanted to express himself in that way, that's a different story, you know?
Yeah, like that's
like, but
that's
if
different.
it's not his choice, it's almost like if it's not his choice, it's almost like they're forcing him to mock a community, which is not.
Yeah.
No.
There's another one involving Reggie. This one is... So around spring of 2021, Ryan Callahan pitched that a white Caucasian male wrestler with a, quote, hunting gimmick would hunt a black male wrestler for fun. Hi,
What the
Jesus.
hell? Like,
Welcome to the show. So,
yeah,
in a
Jesus.
nutshell, they said the hunting gimmick pitch for new wrestlers Shane Thorne, who is now in Impact, I want to say, and Reggie was, this is a quote, since Shane is Australian, which is true, we should make him a crocodile hunter, and instead of crocodiles, he hunts people. Subsequently, a storyline was pitched by Callahan, one of the writers, that Shane would capture Reggie and consistently beat him up, but Reggie would always escape after being captured. And this holding Reggie captive in cages was also discussed. Yeah. There's more.
How would that, like, oh my god, like, what the hell does that have to do with wrestling? First and foremost. Second of all, like, what the hell are you thinking trying to come up with a storyline like that? Like, it's like they're not even trying to like sugarcoat it. I'm like,
no, they really weren't. And mind you, WWE has done very racist gimmicks in the past, so this doesn't really come as a surprise. But yeah, I am getting to that one, Allison. A script included instructing Bianca Belair to say, don't make me take off my earrings and beat your ass. I have more about that. So Bianca told Brittany Abrams, the plaintiff, that she told Chris Dunn, who is also one of the key targeted people in the lawsuit, quote, 3 different times that I don't want to say that line, but he never listens to me. He puts that line in every week, end quote. Belair also said the script's discriminatory lines made her look, quote, ghetto. And Allison was saying, wasn't there one that Bianca was supposed to be some super stereotypical black ghetto girl? Yes, exactly. And that's what that was. Because they... it's so dumbfounding to me that they thought this was a good idea. And then there's more to this lawsuit. Like, I had just people that go research this so you can fully see.
yeah.
But one other thing that I screenshotted was they wanted Apollo Crews to speak with a, quote, stereotypical and exaggerated Nigerian accent because, you know, he can't just talk normally. So, yeah. There's a lot going on with all of those stories. That it's all one lawsuit. Excuse me, just different.
Yeah.
It's just broken up into pieces, and it's easier for people like us to kind of comprehend because none of us are lawyers. None of us are in law school in any way, shape, or form. So we don't really understand a lot of the jargon and stuff. So when someone reads it and can break it down for us, it's really appreciative. Because what in the actual fuck, WWE?
First of all, like, who thinks of shit like that? Thinks it's a good idea? Like, I can only imagine the way they pitch this out to them. Like, do they say, like, in full confidence, like, this is the most perfect way we can make your character, or this is the best idea? Like, do they do this with confidence, or do they have, at the very least, a little inkling of hesitation? Like, maybe I shouldn't. Like, it seems to me that they think that these racist, stereotypical, like, shit storylines or shit characters they're trying to come up with, you know, to stereotype. And like, again, there's a pattern. It's like freaking African Americans, which again is a whole other level of fucked up. But it's like again, do they, what, I just want to know what the hell they're thinking or what their mindset is.
They
like, yeah,
weren't
this is
thinking.
a great idea, we should
That's
for
the
fact that they have
problem.
writers like that, like, God help that company.
Yeah, and Jesus, that was the first one I brought up. Don't you worry, because yeah, Mansoor was like 6 at the time of 9/11. By the way, in case anybody was curious.
I know how
So
how could, yeah, that's So it makes like another shit layer to that already bad story pitch.
Yeah, that was something I was not expecting to see, just on a random day of the week, but like doesn't surprise me at all because of the past racist things WWE has done. Now, mind you, this is coming from a bisexual white female. I am in the minority of some people, but not like black people or Muslims. I am not either of those. So I can't even imagine how. I mean, Bianca, the fact that Bianca had to tell Kevin Dunn multiple fucking times that I don't want to say this because it's stereotypical,
and
it's absurd.
and and he keeps adding it, like, so that just means like he wants it, like it's almost like he won't stop until she agrees. And I'm like, dude, if she's clearly gonna say no, what makes you think next week she'll be like, you know what, I thought it through, let's do it? Like, where the fuck is your mind then? Like what makes you think that she's gonna change her mind and come around?
She's not gonna be like randomly, you know what? I want to say it. You know what, Kevin Dunn, you've been pushing it for months. No, fuck that. Big fuck that.
Or unless he thinks that she's that easy to break, like, okay, if I just keep doing it, maybe she'll get so tired of me doing it that she'll just,
Or
say
she'll
the
just start
line.
going off
I'm glad
script.
Bianca's. I'm glad she stood up for herself and refused to say it. I kind of wonder if it was, again, like in the script, it was her. She was at, what's the right word? She was like, I guess not required to say it, but it wasn't her script. So she technically had to, because, you gotta follow it, but she just chose not to, even if, like, she went off script. You know what I'm saying? Like, if she went off script,
Mm-hmm.
because clearly they're being persistent with her. Like, come on, like, suggesting it week after week. Just
Literally week after week. Like,
she clearly doesn't want to do it. Like, so stop fucking trying. Like,
yeah, I mean, those are only, like I said, everyone needs to like go and find the lawsuit and read everything, or like I said, go to WrestleOps Twitter. They like broke it down in multiple parts of all the different shit that happened. If I would have taken every screenshot possible, we would be here the entire hour just talking about this. I will obviously give updates as they come from this. Who? Let's we're trying to move on because WWE's fucking sucking recently. Let's talk about AEW slowly canceling Dark Elevation. Did you know this?
I kind of see, like, I did know that, but, like, because I saw some people tweeting about it, but, like, it makes sense because, again, there was, like, so many tapings they got to do: Ring of Honor, Elevation at the time, Dark, and then Rampage after Dynamite. There was just a lot to tape, and I'm pretty sure, like, obviously there wasn't enough time. I'm pretty sure the way they have, like, the venues scheduled, there just wasn't enough time. And no offense, Dark Elevation was the shortest and the newest of the little saga of, like, AEW, like, Dark Elevation and stuff.
Yeah. Do you
So
remember? Do you remember when I would go through and read like every Dark and Elevation one?
yes,
Ugh. Why did I do that to myself?
I don't know, especially because, like, I didn't really care. I only cared when I was there.
And like they
Like,
they like so they put it on Fight TV. It was like the final Dark Elevation. People were like, "Whoa, what the fuck? Like, where is this coming from?" But you're 100% right.
what?
You have Dynamite, you have Rampage after Dynamite. 9 times out of 10, they occasionally do it live, like on Friday nights. So that, but it's rare. Um, you have Dark filmed in Universal, and now they do like the Ring of Honor tapings before Dynamite.
Oh, is Dark officially at Universal? Like, exclusively there?
I don't know like
I thought
how
they
official.
alternated. Well, because I saw tickets for Dark Elevation and Universal, but it was, or Dark and Universal, but it was just one time. It was, like, earlier this year. But I saw that also. I noticed that, like, they kind of, like, would alternate, like, You know, sometimes some people get elevation tapings, and then the next venue or next location would get dark. But again, I don't watch it. I don't keep up with it. It was just a lot.
Did you
And again,
get
it was just squash matches.
did you get dark or did you get Ring of Honor?
I got dark elevation, specifically
Really?
elevation. So yeah,
Huh.
I wish I got a Ring of Honor
Yeah,
taping, but
we
that's
got Ring
fine.
of Honor, but
Well,
I wasn't really. I was like talking to
when did
Brooke and her sister the whole time. So
when was like Ring of Honor officially starting to get taped before AEW shows?
I don't
Because I don't know
know.
if I just missed that cutoff. I may have just missed that cutoff, or either that,
It's
or they just hadn't like consistently done that,
it's possible.
or I just again just happened to fall on,
I don't know when
or it just happened to
they
fall on a
started.
week where they didn't. Whoa! What the fuck? My Bucks wall just collapsed on itself.
What happened?
Shit! All my Bucks have. I don't know. All my Bucks have just fell. Like there's this little shelf, and it just fell. Probably the dudes working
I was gonna
outside.
say
They're
it's
probably like
probably
banging on the
them.
freaking
Yeah.
wall.
Jeez.
What's
You
that?
good?
What's that rude look? They, my poor book, signed edition. What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Anyway, sorry for those of you who are just listening. I am very sorry if you just heard random thuds. I didn't even notice. I just saw it from here from my camera. Oh shit! Oh my god! No! My page, the page is ripped.
Oh Jesus.
My god, the cover is ripped. Dude, I'm low key sad like about that. Like
What the hell?
that's so
Allison just put a little ghost emoji. I think.
yeah. Is that Adam Cole Ghost? Hello.
Jesus said, "Oh Jesus, what did I
Because
do?
the
Not you."
I know, right? The little I'm kind of bummed. The inside cover is completely like look at that.
Damn.
Wow. Okay, I guess it's not the actual cover, but still.
No, but
But
still,
it's weird because they sit on this little shelf, and the shelf itself's still there. But you know, you can keep going, Katie,
It's a
really quick
ghost.
with the news and remember to pick up behind me.
It's a
Yes,
ghost.
it is a ghost. Oh my god, the DVD's all the way over there. The CD. Let's talk about CD.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, you want a little tour? I got a pin from one of my friends I met at FanFest. I got a headband that was made by the same amazing mastermind who makes the Bucks gear, Lady C, Lady Cutler. This is one of hers that she's made for the Bucks. And then I got my Amazon figures. And there's a Papa Buck CD, but it's just too far to reach that he signed. So
God, I mean, I'm
no,
glad
you can't see
nothing
him.
hit you.
I think it would have been too far to hit me. They would have really had to like jump at me. The ghost really had to have been pissed at me if I got hit.
It could have.
But
Who even knows at this point?
I thought it was again. I was just expecting everything to come down. I thought it was a figure. Well, I guess technically two figures, but like I thought it was like one of these figures that just fell. But then all of a sudden, I just see everything else tumbling.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry for the small interruption, everyone.
Hey, it happens. Ghosts happen.
You
It's
can
okay.
continue, Katie. So elevation's ending, right?
Yes, elevation's ending. So I mean, it happens. They have plenty of other shows.
Farewell.
Fare thee well, elevation. You will not be missed.
We will live without you.
We will be fine without you. So
Yeah, well, move that.
the rumor going round. Now I usually don't do like rumors, but the rumor I'm hearing
Like
around here, Trinity is going to be debuting with Impact either this weekend or very, very soon.
I heard it was as soon as Friday, so like this Friday, so I was like, fuck. First of all, like I guess I don't know again, maybe it's just because it's like a dirt sheet rumor, but I'm thinking like, why would you spoil that? Like I feel like that's something that should be a surprise. But again, I don't think Impact itself announced that, so they're just the dirt sheets are ruining the surprises for everybody.
Well, there's one they didn't.
If it does happen tomorrow.
There's one they didn't ruin, which we'll talk about in a minute.
Oh yes, sir.
But like, yeah, that's why I'm like kind of like leaning towards like it might not happen because the dirt sheets are super heavy on it. Allison said great place for her. I agree. Like, she can thrive in Impact. Their Knockouts division is
The
fantastic.
Knockouts.
She can pull Gail Kim, Tara, Victoria, or Mickey James and kind of like elevate her career after the fact.
Yeah. I could see her being a Knockouts champion like as soon as like the summer of this year.
Her versus Deanna would slap.
Her versus a lot of Impact, like a lot of Knockouts, like Jordan Grace, Mickey James, you know, like you said, Deanna Purrazzo.
Tasha Steeles. Oh, Tasha versus Trinity would go
Exactly.
crazy. Oh, I'd be down. Allison said they don't do live shows. They are pre-taped. Do they have like a pay-per-view or something this weekend? Is that why people are speculating it? Because
I don't know. Let me
if
look
she
it up.
would have showed up already, like, we would have seen pictures. Like, somebody would have spoiled it.
Oh, it would have been all over the internet.
Yeah, like, if it was, like, if she showed up at, like, a pre-tape. Because, like, they have a show tonight, which usually comes on, like, during our show or after our show. So, I don't know.
Under Siege is May 26th. Rebellion was on the 16th.
Yeah, so,
I don't think there's nothing in between then.
maybe
Maybe she'll show up on Friday or whenever the fuck Impact's on. Next Impact episode she'll show up and maybe she'll challenge for the title at this next pay-per-view in May.
Maybe. Jesus said, personally, I think Trin should have gone to AEW to feud with Jade for a month and then do nothing or be involved in the boring story of the Outcast and then do nothing when it finally ends. Jesus, will you relax? Take it easy. Take it easy. So Tony Khan had a little interview.
Another announcement, as he loves to do.
As he does, yeah. I meant announcement, not interview. Basically saying the entirety of the Owen Hart Cup tournament, which is making its return, will be held in Canada. So when they do their Canadian stretch, all of the matches will take place there, and I believe the finals will be held in Calgary, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it is going to be in Calgary.
So, and he did say one of the part of the tournament will take place at Forbidden Door.
And it starts at Double or Nothing, so.
Yes. The beginning of the tournament starts at Double or Nothing. Then we're going all the way through Forbidden Door, ending in Calgary. I don't know, like, the layout of their Canadian tour at all, so. I don't know.
I think they're starting, I think Forbidden Door is like the start, if you will. Like, they're going to start east, and then they're making their way west of Canada.
Okay. So that'll be exciting.
Yes, it will.
I like Canada. Last time I was into Canada, you didn't need a passport, so it was a long, long time ago.
Yeah.
I was a small child.
I've never been to Canada. I've always wanted to go, though.
Highly
I can
recommend.
go to Mexico, but not so safe. You know, especially when you're by yourself.
Not so safe. What are they talking about? They're doing a huge series in Chicago, and they're trying to get buzz for it. This is talking about Trinity again. They're having her show up Friday to boost sales, but the AEW women's division is trash, and she would get lost in there. In Impact, she has great women to work with and will not get buried. That's true.
And they are doing a big show in Chicago. Impact is.
That's right, yeah. And by trash, they don't ever get time, and there's too many people. Yeah. I mean, AEW's women's division doesn't get the proper shine it deserves, so it's very frustrating.
Well, yeah, there was only one women's match this past Dynamite.
Yeah, I know, and it was something.
Yeah.
But let's talk more about AEW. Last night, Wednesday night, the debut of shitty little boots himself, Roderick Strong, saved little baby Adam Cole.
Oh, baby.
Which somebody pointed out on Twitter, the last time the two of them were in a ring, they were breaking up UE in Florida, and they reunited last night in Florida. Now, I'm I might be in the minority of people, but I would like to know people's thoughts about this. I'm 100% okay with it just being Roddy, Kyle when he gets healed, and Adam Cole Bay. I do not need Robert Fish Sr. with the 18 knee braces. He is not him.
No,
I don't need Bobby Fish.
I saw a few people saying like, I think honestly the minority is saying Bobby Fish needs to come back and so they can reunite, have the undisputed era reunite. But a lot of tweets, a good majority of them I saw were like, oh my god, Bobby Fish is punching air right now, or like Bobby Fish is here, like is watching, like it shows like the Squidward meme with like
I just saw them on Twitter this morning.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw a bunch of Bobby Fish memes and I thought they were hilarious. But yeah, it was good to see Roddy. I know apparently like it was, his release wasn't announced until after the fact or something like that. So it didn't really get spoiled. It was a huge surprise. And it was funny because they used his new music and so everyone was like, who the fuck is this? And then he comes out and then pop goes the crowd.
Killswitch Engage too. Like, let's fucking go. Jesus makes a good point. UE was at its best when it was Adam, Kyle, and Roddy. And I was talking via tweets with the Advocate Wreak Havoc about, like, I don't need Bobby Fish back. And I personally liked it better the 70% of the time when it was just Roddy, Kyle, Adam, because Bobby Fish was injured. That's why Roddy was brought in. Let's be real. It's because Bobby kept getting fucking hurt, and they were like, well, we kind of need this to be like a faction, not a tag team, so like, why don't we like kind of poison Roderick Strong and make him turn on Peter Dune, and we bring him in, you know what I'm saying? And they did. And apparently he is still listed as being active in WWE, according to Allison. Roddy is.
Dang. He went turbo. He went turbo, guys. He game jumped. It's a Wreck-It Ralph reference.
He did go turbo. Yeah, he's not King Candy anymore.
Yeah. Roddy went turbo. Anyway.
Jesus said that was the takeover he was at when Roddy joined. Yeah, like it was a pop. Like everyone expected him to like, hold strong, no pun intended, against UE, and he beat the shit out of Pete Dunne.
If you can't beat him, join him.
Slid on the UE armband, much to the shocked faces of Adam Cole Bay and Kyle O'Reilly. Which, great meme material, just their reaction, by the way, in case anybody's wondering. 10 out of 10. I'm excited. They hugged. Now I just need Kyle to be 100% healthy. And I get a little UE. The UE Prophecy, as it's the title on the Twitch. Because I didn't know what to put.
That's actually a good, like, faction name. If they have to, like, come up with a new name, the UE Prophecy.
It's trademarked, Tony Khan. If you're listening, I want royalties.
Yeah, like, that's a good name. Because, like, you can't, well, I guess maybe you could, but Roddy wasn't there. I'm like, you can't call him the Undisputed Elite, which actually I think happened a year ago today.
Yeah, realistically you could call them UE, but that's stupid.
It's kind of like FTR, you know. But like again, I think UE Prophecy sounds really cute.
Should we just make that the title of the episode?
Sure, why not? I'd like that.
Cool. I'm gonna write that.
You can put little baby. Yeah, cool.
I do have Roddy's All Elite card. Oh yeah, because he is All Elite now. He has officially been signed. I have his like little like card thing that they.
Oh, his little index card of all this person's All Elite.
Yeah,
which is also a funny meme because, if you follow All Elite memes on Instagram, they post a lot of that. Like for example, like when Hangman threw his boot at Lance Archer that one time, they put, "Oh, Hangman's boot is All Elite." I'm like, that's funny. That's funny as shit. I'm like,
it's fucking hysterical. Yeah. And the last bit of news and rumors, because, news and rumors always takes fucking forever. Sol Ruka, the rising star in NXT, is now out of action because she tore her ACL. Stop the violence in the parking lot, people. I'm so sad. I love Solruka. She was this is gonna set her back, and that fucking sucks. It's so heartbreaking because she's so fresh and so new. She was killing it.
Yeah.
I'm sad. First Fakita and now Solruka. I'm distraught. I don't know what to do.
Bro, the summer of injuries is starting to it's starting early.
Starting in the
Like,
spring.
yeah, just I mean, I know here in El Paso's already summer mother freaking weather. It doesn't mean you got to start with the injuries.
Yeah, I'm a little
It
distraught.
actually it started early, even earlier with Matt Jackson's injury. It started really early spring.
Yeah, like everybody getting injured is not okay.
No
Not fun.
bueno.
No hardcore, no bueno. I don't
Yeah.
know how long she's going to be out, but obviously, well wishes.
I was gonna say ACL tears are
It's like
any tendon ligament tears in your knees are gonna you're bound to be out for a while.
I want to say at least 3 months. That's just a base guess. I'm saying at least. It's probably gonna be longer.
I would say maybe 5 to 6 at the very least, because if you have to get surgery for it, and then you gotta do physical therapy, and then you gotta get back in shape, and then you gotta train.
So sad. Big sad. Big sad. Big sad. But that's all I had. Did you have anything?
Yes, I have a few things actually. A lot of them are Japan based. This is one of them. I thought not. This isn't about Japan, but I thought one of them that I kind of thought of. I thought you were gonna talk about, but again, I just don't know this person that well. I just saw on Twitter. Fit Powler, is that his name? I keep seeing him on Twitter. Apparently, very recently, like sometime this week, he tweeted out about how WWE refused his request to be released again. I think this is like this.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm not aware of this guy. I do feel bad because this is the second time you requested for his release and they denied it. And so they're not gonna be free agents. I think it's him and one other person. Again, I don't know these people.
It's Grizzled Young Veterans.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought, but
I completely forgot to write that down. Yeah. So
I'm not NXT folk, but
there were reports a few weeks ago saying that they asked for their request and people were saying it was granted, and then they showed up on TV the next week and everyone was like, ho the fuck up. But they tweeted and they said unfortunately they weren't given their release. However, their contracts expire in October of this year, I believe.
Yeah, so they're like, we'll see you in October. I was like, fuck. So I'm like, that sucks for them. Like, yeah, imagine just being stuck in a contract. Like, why won't they I wonder why they just won't let them go.
Grizzled Young Vets doing Grizzled Young Vet things. I don't know.
But yeah, that was one of the things that I thought Katie for sure was gonna bring up.
I just forgot.
But the other thing, again, a lot of Japan stuff. And new IWGP Women's Champion Mayu Iwatani, which I was very shocked, not because I don't think she deserved it. It was a really good match. Really good match. I don't know why people criticized it so much. But I just thought that, especially with Mercedes, such a big name she is, I thought she was going to hold that belt for. And little did we know the Sasha Banks curse is still lingering in Mercedes Moné, because this was her first title defense and she lost.
But this title reign was longer than all of her Raw women's title reigns combined.
Exactly. So I guess good for her on that part. But I also saw that she's apparently a free agent soon, or she's gonna be a free agent soon, something like that. I know people say she should go to AEW. Some people are saying she should call it Jade Cargill, which I mean, I agree. I think calling go Jade Cargill will be cool, but I still think that, again, especially Chris Statlander, I think it should be her to take the title from Jade. I think it, but again, I made the same argument with Taya Valkyrie about Taya Valkyrie. I said that I don't think someone who just showed up should be the one to take the title off Jade. I think it should be someone who's been here a while, and Chris Statlander is one of the OGs. So I really think she should, it's gonna happen. But when? Not someone who just showed up. But yeah. And also Mercedes Moné talked about how although this apparent free agency is gonna happen, Japan, she's not done. She said she's not done with Japan or New Japan. She's not Japan, Stardom, New Japan, whatever you want to call it. She's not done with Japanese wrestling, which I mean, I'm good for her. We just talked about last week how she's going to school to learn the language. She's wants to move there full time.
Yeah.
So, but I wonder if she's gonna like come because she also tweeted not too long ago say wait till like you see what I'm gonna do when I come back to the U.S. So I'm like, I guess I take it that soon or I don't know what, but
I don't know.
regardless, she's not done with Japan, so I don't think this is the last time we're gonna see her in Japan. Maybe it was like a little like introductory little tour for her, so like to get her, dip her feet in the water. So, and she obviously loved it, so that's why she wants to live there full time. But maybe that's why it only lasted like, a few months.
Yeah.
Anyways, and also speaking of new, we have new IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champions, the Jet Setters. They're your new tag champs. Congratulations to them. I thought they were gonna at least wait until Dontaku to like, went to get the titles, but nope. It was a Road to show. Not complaining, but just a little surprised that they didn't just wait till Dontaku for that. But who knows? Maybe they're just gonna lose them there. I
Did you
don't
say
know.
Del Taco?
No, Dontaku. Wrestling Dontaku. And no,
You kept saying like you were saying Del Taco, and I got really confused.
I didn't say Del Taco. Nothing about free Shavakadu or anything.
Rest in peace, woman.
And yeah, and then I'm pretty sure this was announced like a while ago, but I just started reading about it, or at least I was refreshed about it. And on June 9th, there's gonna be like a full. I think I talked about it like briefly a while ago. I don't even remember how long ago, but there's gonna be a big like Japanese wrestling show that has it's actually by Pro Wrestling Noah, New Japan, and All Japan called All Together Again. So, which is gonna be really cool. I mean, I'm kind of still in the introductory phase of Noah. As I watch a lot of New Japan and All Japan. I've seen very briefly of. There's just a couple of matches here and there that I've watched because a friend recommended to me. But so I'm kind of excited to see like this pay per view where like a lot of these companies are coming together.
Yeah, as they
And
should.
then
What's
yeah,
up,
and
Justin?
then hi Justin. And then one more thing I have is that since we're talking about All Japan Pro Wrestling, they're having a tournament at that Tetsuya Naito and Bushi are going to be a part of. So it'll be very interesting, and I might just watch it for them alone. But yeah, that's all I have for news.
Yeah,
News is.
all together again, June 9th.
Yep.
I will be. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna watch it, but like Savannah will. Somebody in this podcast will watch it, and
I will watch it, but I don't know if I can watch it live. Actually, it is on a Friday, so and I won't have class, so maybe I will be able to watch it. But sometimes shit comes up.
That's true. Wow, okay, so we're about 50 minutes in the episode. Let's just bust through this other stuff.
Yeah, quick.
Will can still see us. Thanks, Will. We appreciate it.
We're not John Cena yet.
AEW 2022. It was Dynamite and Rampage. The taping. Serena Deeb defeated Hikaru Shida. That was in the midst of their feud, which hell of a feud, by the way.
I want to say it was a pretty good feud.
Oh, he said both of our names in cap this time. Thank you, Will. I appreciate it. And then on Rampage, because they have to have one women's match on both shows. It was Jade and the baddies, so Jade, Kiera Hogan, and Red Velvet. Remember, Red Velvet was a baddie, guys. If know the baddies lore. She was there. Defeated Sky Blue, Trish Adora, and Willow Nightingale. And now, mind you, this was before 2 of the 3 people on that team were signed. Trish Adora is not signed. She is a free agent. She's indie talent. She's fantastic. All right, Savannah. Wrestlers of the week. You go first.
Yes. Okay. Hold on. I do have them.
She does have.
I like to write them down so I don't forget. I have 2. First one, despite their loss, it was a good match on Monday Night Raw, and I'm gonna give it to the LWO because I love what their whole vibe right now. I love that they kind of come together as a faction. I know that didn't happen specifically this past Monday, but in general, I'm glad Rey Mysterio brought them back.
Mm-hmm.
Good faction. I feel like it's a good modernized version of the LWO. So and hell, fucking Zelina is getting a title match at Backlash.
Yes,
so
she is.
come on now, that that faction is the way to go. Clearly.
Clearly.
Mm.
And also, I mean, I also didn't bring up the fact that Chavo Guerrero sucks and is tweeting in heel
Oh.
mode. But I don't want to give him acknowledgement because Chavo sucks. So we don't even have to talk about it.
Yeah, like, yeah, we won't talk about
Yeah,
it. Anyways,
yeah.
my second, yeah, my second tag team, they main evented Dynamite last night and they won. I'm talking about, I'm wearing a shirt, Kenny Omega and Konosuke Takeshita. Good tag team, but look, Takeshita, I love you, but this dude's gonna fucking turn on the Elite. I just know he
Well,
is.
yeah, he bled
You know,
with the BBC, Savannah. He's gonna turn.
exactly. He's in their forged in combat. That's exactly what's gonna happen. That's exactly what's gonna happen. Bleeding is like the black mist of the BCC. Like, you know, if you bleed with them, all of a sudden you're gonna have a change of heart out of nowhere and join them. But it was still a good match. I called them the one wing Cinnabons because they're both so sweet, like a Cinnabon.
Oh yeah, Takeshi's the one who's always tweeting about Cinnabon. As he should. Cinnabon's
Yeah,
fucking
like
delicious.
it is like he makes me want to go get Cinnabon, and I might actually do it. Like, fuck, maybe I'll do it today after the show.
There you go. Treat yourself before the NFL draft. Get yourself a little Cinnabon.
That is true, and I have time because again, like I said, the Cowboys aren't until like pick 26. I have a good hour and a half at the very least.
Yeah, you can.
Let me see where the nearest one is though, because there's only. Except the thing is that the only location I know is in the freaking mall, and that's pretty far.
Ugh, it's not even worth it.
Yep, that's the one they're giving me. That's the one they're giving me.
It's gross. I'm
but
so sorry.
Maybe I will. I don't know. It's okay. It'll be worth it.
Last night I tweeted because the All American Nightmare Dragon Jake Long Bryan Danielson was talking some nonsense as he does, and he was like, nobody wants to join the Elite, everybody wants to be part of the BCC. So me being the menace that I am, I made myself laugh, and that's all that matters. I made myself pop. I tweeted, yeah, I agree. Everyone wants a BBC or whatever Danielson said. And people were like, excuse me?
That's what the Elite calls it. That's what Hangman calls them, so...
Yeah, like...
It's gotta be right.
Like, people were like, phrasing, like, responding underneath it. I'm like, you guys just don't... You gotta, like, understand. Like, we all want a BBC.
That's the running
or whatever
joke.
he said. He said it. I agreed with Danielson.
With the All-American Nightmare Jake Long, Daniel Bryan Danielson.
There's a lot of names for him. I was just agreeing, and people were taking it the wrong way. That's like one of my favorite
also,
tweets.
he's
of all
wrong.
time.
I want to join the Elite.
Never mind. I was gonna say a comment. I'm gonna keep it to myself. I knew you were going to pick Takeshita and Kenneth, so I'm going with the team that won the first ever trunk match in NXT Spring Breakin'. I'm going with the family, Tony D'Angelo and Stax Lorenzo. They beat Pretty Deadly. They threw Pretty Deadly in the back of a trunk, and then proceeded to throw their bodies into the water.
Damn.
So this is now the second and third person Tony D'Angelo has allegedly, there's no proof, disposed of in NXT.
Dang. I know people I saw on Twitter, he replied to someone's tweet about him being like a mobster who's like committed murder. He replied something funny. I thought it was hilarious.
Where's the proof? I don't see any proof.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was for the proof.
I don't see any proof.
Funny.
But like, so that theory, that Austin theory plays into. I tweeted about it, but now that they're not in the trunk, it's not going to be as funny. I said if Pretty Deadly gets called up, then have like the car just back up randomly on either Raw or SmackDown, and they just pop out and they're very confused as to where they are. Like, they don't know they got called up to Raw or SmackDown. They kind of just like get out of the trunk and they're like, wait a minute, this isn't NXT. And like they kind of just play off of that. But now they're not in the trunk, they're in the water, so it's not going to be as funny, but I still think they should do it.
Okay, you can kind of work around that. You can have a tow truck towing the car that went into the, or were they in the water in the
They were
trunk,
in the
or no?
water.
They were like,
They were in the water. The
oh, okay,
car the
okay. I thought they
car
were.
was driven after the fact.
Oh, okay. I thought they were in the trunk and the car was in the water. I'm like, dude, they could have a tow truck just tow the car back, and the car could be soaking wet, and then you could just do all that.
So,
But never mind.
I know, but I appreciate you trying to help me. Thank you.
No, you're welcome. Also, since you said Kenny and Kanosuke, I was like, I just thought of K2, aka Kelly Kelly.
Uh,
Love them all.
of course, of course, of course. Your famale, your womans is
I have two.
okay.
I think one of them is gonna be yours also, but I have Julia Hart because her match on Rampage is pretty good and she won. This girl's killing it, and joining the House of Black was the best thing she could have done. Nothing against Griff Garrison and Brian Pillman Jr., but the Varsity Blondes weren't doing shit for
True.
her. So the House of Black clearly takes care of her.
House always wins.
And then my second pick is, yeah, I talked about her earlier. Mayu Iwatani, she's the new champ. I can't wait to see what kind of reign she has. I've noticed that this title's had like really short reigns. It's like from pay per view to pay per view. So I don't know if that's just gonna be its shtick, or maybe Iwatani's reign will be the first like lengthy one. Hopefully, it's not the first like 2-day reign or whatever the fuck. But we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see how they kind of like use that title later down the line.
With the rest, especially the rest of the Stardom titles.
Yeah. And you were correct. One of my picks, obviously, is Julia Hart. The house always wins. You always bet on black. Seeing her live was one of the best things ever. I love her so much.
Especially dressed as her.
I lived the gimmick. Like, I should have, like, done black makeup on, like, the quarter of my face, but that would have taken too much time. I was already sweating. It would have been bad. But I did do the aesthetic. She liked my post on Instagram. That's all that matters.
As she should.
As she should, exactly. And so I had her, obviously, and I love the feud still going with her and Anna Jay, and how Anna Jay like has the dark makeup now, kind of spreading because she got misted.
Yeah, the black.
So smart.
Fuck, maybe she turns on the JAS.
Hopefully. Fuck the jazzholes.
It means Anna Jay's getting jammed. That means Anna's gonna be like a freaking faction hopper. Because she went from Dark Order to JAS to House of Black.
Damn. I mean,
maybe we can finally get we can get a Ty J feud, like Ty versus Jay.
Oh, maybe, yeah. That'd be cool. Do another women's feud actually on TV.
And like one that actually has meaning, because it'll be like a grudge. It'll be like a blood feud, because there doesn't have to be a title involved, but the friendship that they had even before both of them were heels and stuff.
Exactly.
So.
Exactly. And my other pick is Cora Jade. Is the generation of Jade. She was on Main Event this past week. She defeated Lyra Valkyria in a great match. I love what we're doing with Cora Jade now that she's back. We're utilizing her, and she is the resident bad girl. I'm excited to see what Cora Jade does. We'll talk about NXT Kids in the draft stuff soon. So I'll leave my thoughts about that there. But yeah, so Julia Hart and Cora Jade are my womanses, my famales.
Yeah. Good picks. I have, for my manses, I have only one. I'm giving it to Orange Cassidy, because this dude had his 20th successful title defense with the International Championship, and honestly, I think he's really bringing some value to that title, because that title used to never be defended especially when it was the All Atlantic Championship. That title was never even I forgot about it after some point, but then you had him defending it on, I think he defended it on Rampage when I was there. It was a good match, and again, I'm glad he's got some gold and he's defending it consistently. I feel like him and maybe Jade Cargill, but even then she's had a bit of a lull in her title defenses. But he's been the one who's consistently been defending his title out of all the titles, I think.
Yeah,
In
they kept
AEW.
bringing that up in
I could be wrong.
commentary.
It is the second most defended title in the men's division, I believe. Like the most defenses. I could be wrong.
I think
Something like that.
it's the second most title defenses in overall. Because I think Jade's is first, and then he's second.
I think that was the right one. I was like, there's some sort of statistic, and it was the second one.
Hey, you're on the right track though.
Yeah. So yeah, or I'm giving it to OC.
Yeah, OC and Bandito, great match.
Not the OC, but yeah,
the OC himself. I'm happy Bandito finally got like all his visa issues worked out and everything, so he's finally good to come back to the States and wrestle and put on great matches. Now we might be getting hit. Well, we get him, Cassidy, Shitty Little Boots, and Adam Cole Bebe in a tag team match next week. So, do you understand?
You know what?
Do you understand the Shitty Little Boots thing?
Not so much. I've heard it a couple times from you, but
it started in PWG because Roddy's boots were like ankle boots, and they were just super shitty.
I have heard that's. I have heard of that.
It's
yes, his PWG.
One of my you were talking about All Elite graphics earlier. Someone made one, and it was like Shitty Little Boots is All Elite, and I was busting out laughing. So you chose Cassidy. I'm going with your favorite wrestler of all time. I'm going Cody Rhodes. Listen, him and Balor put on a hell of a match. That's not Kenny Omega. Get out of here.
That Balor should have won.
Well, I mean, it would make sense for Cody to win. Give him the advantage.
Cody, he's got to be better than everybody.
He needs some sort of offense when he faces Cowboy Brock in next week in Puerto Rico. So he needs something.
Or he's gonna get it's gonna be a double homicide. Like, could he? Like, at this point, does Brock get charged with 2 counts of murder or just 1? Because it's the same person. It's how do resurrections work? Because Cody obviously came back, and Brock's ready to,
It's the fucking Lazarus effect. He just rises from the grave. That'd be crazy. That'd be terrifying.
Yeah. Sorry, I just saw a meme.
You're terrible.
I was trying to look for something, but I couldn't find it.
What are you trying to look for?
Well, I won't talk about it because whatchamacallit. Because I couldn't find it anyway. So, but okay. I happened to find another meme that gave me the giggles.
All right, let's talk draft. Now, like I said in the beginning, if people either just tuning in or missed it, we're not going to do an actual draft because that would take too much time, and we're already past the hour mark.
I was gonna say news and rumors already took up a good chunk.
And news and rumors takes up 90% of the show, as it always does. So we're not going to do a normal draft or a draft at all. We're going to just give some suggestions on what we think is going to happen during the draft. So, do you think any tag teams are going to be broken up in this draft?
Ooh, any tag teams? Okay, look, I mean this in the best way possible. If it works out well in the end, but if are they still called Alpha Academy? Chad Gable and Otis.
Yeah.
Not Alpha Academy. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. I was getting them confused with
American Alpha.
Chad Gable and Jason Jordan. Yeah, there you go. But Alpha Academy. Only reason being because I would hope that Chad Gable gets a really good singles run if they do break him up. Like, let him have, like, the U.S. title. Let him beat Theory for the title. Like, the U.S. title.
I'd be down. I don't know if they're gonna do that. Because they kind of had, like, Maxine floating, like, around Otis. But she even did the the peace signs in Chad Gable's entrance this past week, but like caught herself and then stopped. So imagine just like the three of, because they're not doing shit with Maximum Male Models. So imagine just the three of them kind of just being a weird little faction.
Maybe, but like, well, because again, it might be a little soon for this. But like, they get it up, and so then Otis. Well, because how long it's because that's another thing. Well, I guess if they get drafted in the same brand, it could work. But like they get no, but they get split up. That means they have to be like separate. Never mind. So I was gonna say, depending on how long before it goes into effect, like you can have them be drafted in a different brand, and then like Otis turns on Gable with Maxine, with her, with him,
Okay. Okay.
and then you can have like them battle it out at Backlash, just a quick little feud between them. Then have Chad Gable wins, you can get some momentum for him to get that push he deserves.
Okay. Okay. Besides Alpha Academy, any tag teams, whether it be, I know you don't know much tag teams in NXT, but any tag teams kind of in general
like,
you think will
let
get
me look
breaking
up.
up?
Let me look up the roster. Just because like WWE roster because whatchamacallit. You know, when I get put on the spot, my mind just goes blank. I'm like,
I understand. That's
okay, let's
totally
see.
okay.
Hold on, I'm on WWE.com. Oh, look at that. You have Roman Reigns twice.
Oh, crazy. Who would have thought?
Yeah. Oh no. Let's see.
Choking.
Tag teams. Can you like divide it by tag teams? Raw, SmackDown.
I feel like if you
Nope, you can't do it by tag teams. Okay,
just
that's fine.
Google like current list of WWE tag teams.
Okay, let me do that.
Anyway,
Maybe you can say talk in the meantime. Well, like.
I'm trying to think of like it should not, if tag teams break up, it should not be the Street Profits.
No, it should not be them. They're like one of the last real tag teams left.
It's like them and the Usos and the Viking Raiders are like the only like three tag teams that have longevity.
Ooh. Yeah. Maybe like maybe the Brawling Brutes. Maybe Sheamus gets drafted into one, and then Butch and Ridge Holland get drafted into another one. So Ridge and Butch or Pete Dunne, just call him Pete Dunne, goddammit. Can like have like an actual like a tag team, just the two of them. That way you could also give Sammy and Kevin Owens, more, another title defense.
Okay. Okay. Trying to maybe, I mean, they're considered a tag team, but I would say just split up Braun and Ricochet. Well, I think Braun's currently out. He might have a concussion.
Oh shit. It's because I keep seeing the rumors, so maybe it might happen. Maybe it will be initiated by the draft. I don't know, but Damage Control, I keep seeing the rumors that they're gonna get split.
I mean, it very well could happen after. Well, because Io's facing Bianca on Saturday next week. So it very well could happen.
Yeah.
Any other tag teams you think?
Honestly, I think that's probably about it.
All right, now I need you to find an NXT roster.
Okay. Actually, that's on WWE.com because you could just go to NXT.
There you go. Because we gotta talk about who we think some NXT call-ups are gonna be. One, I 100% want to see. It is a team. It's my team. It's Team Ninja Party, Caden Carter, and Katana Chance. Put them on the main roster and let them cook. Please.
Okay, I'm looking at the roster. Where does the former Toxic Attraction member stand? Like Gigi and JC Jane.
They're having a match next week. They're kind of enthralled in a blood feud between the two of them.
You think maybe one or both? If one of them gets called up, maybe Gigi. If both of them called up, I think it's to separate brands each. Like one is on Raw, and one is on SmackDown.
Okay, I can
I'll
see
see.
that. Like part of me wants to say Cora Jade because they're utilizing her and she was on main event, but I feel like you should maybe no. See, I don't know if either bring up Roxanne or bring up Cora. I don't think you should bring up both.
Maybe Cora, because I feel like she's been around longer than Roxanne.
Well, I was thinking maybe bring up Roxanne because Roxanne's already been a tag team champion, won the breakout tournament,
That's true.
NXT Women's Champion.
That's true. She's done all she could. That's true. Maybe Roxanne would be a good one.
Oh yeah, I also brought them up. Pretty Deadly.
So far.
I think they're getting called up, especially since they were basically killed in NXT, and usually that's a sign for call ups.
Yeah. I'm not sure who else.
I wanna no see. I don't know if the Creeds will come up because tag team wise, if you get rid of Pretty Deadly, you still have the Dyad, Girls and Young Veterans. You still have Tony D'Angelo and Stax, Gallus, Creeds, Brooks and Jensen.
What about Grayson Waller? What's he doing?
I mean, he did just lose to Mello at Spring Break-In. Okay.
I feel like this guy is one of those ones where like he try like again just one like I'm not saying he deserves it. I don't know how well he is, but like who's just like so close but yet so far.
He
had a feud with AJ. He had a feud with Gargano.
He's dropped the ball a few times.
He had a feud with AJ. He had a feud with Gargano. Now he apparently lost to Mello. So
it very well could be Waller's time to come up. Jesus said Creeds and Ivy should definitely go up. I feel like if the Creeds go up with, especially Ivy, because Ivy's a powerhouse and she's a little pitbull and I love her, and you should not break them up. Like, do not pull an Enzo and Cass thing where you break them up from Carmella and then have Carmella come up fucking a year and a half later. Don't do that.
Yeah. No,
like,
that
bring
was
them
messed
up together.
up. They showed up without her.
I know, when I was shook, I was like, no way. Come on now. I was sad. I was very sad for her.
You're like, all right, Mela. Like, Mela, come out now. Where's she at? Oh, she's probably a little late. Fashionably late.
She's just parking the car, guys. Like, she's lost in the parking lot. I don't know.
Yeah. She's moonwalking her way down the hall.
She's moonwalking from the PC. She'll get here. I'm trying to think who else. If anyone else should get called up. Because you don't want to take everybody from NXT. Because you already have an inflated roster.
Yeah.
Do we think...
I mean, they're just, I guess, possibilities.
Do we think anyone from the main roster goes back to NXT?
Ooh, let me see.
I kind of just thought of that one on the fly. I didn't have that done. Because, like, who would you put in NXT? Like, who kind of fits the vibes? I also gotta think of people who aren't injured right now. Which is a struggle.
Ow. Like, okay, because, like, I don't want, like, I like it when it was, like, AJ, when it was just really quick, like a little visitation to NXT, and then he was back on the main roster. I'm thinking in terms of that, just, a quick one and done. But, like, I would like to see, like, Alexa Bliss show up. Maybe she can, like, just quickly team up with Unholy Trinity and then just go back. Because, evil Alexa, not, like,
Yeah, Dark Bliss.
Little Miss Bliss. Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay, that kind of leads me to my next thing. Do we think anyone who's currently injured or not been on TV returns for the draft and gets drafted. It's like, do you think Alexa Bliss will actually get drafted because she hasn't been on TV in a while and was injured?
I hope. I hope so. I hope so. I hope Bray Wyatt gets drafted. I don't know what's been going on with him. Not that I'm saying like, oh, where are you? You better show up. But I don't think it's mentally or something. I don't know. I heard some people say it was mental. I heard some people say it was physical. Regardless, I hope he's all right.
Yeah.
But I hope he gets drafted.
I kind of want. I want like part of me just to see the reaction. I want Big E to get drafted with Xavier Woods and Kofi.
Oh, imagine if they said like the New Day, Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston, pauses, and then and Big. Like, dude, that pop would be massive. Because that means he's gonna be coming back soon. That means he's coming back.
Because like it's been
really
all up
given
in the
like
air.
A full update on
yeah, there's nothing like set in stone. They're not.
Big E, please just come back.
I know, and like the same thing with Randy. Because like I would love Randy to come back, but like
that would also be a really. But like I heard that Randy's like nowhere close to being able to return.
I've been hearing that too, and that like
his
hurts my soul.
His back must have been fucked up.
Well, yeah, like, he's carrying Riddle for fucking a year and a half. I just know how bad.
I know, but like I just wonder how else could he hurt himself that bad? Like holy shit, the fact that he's been gone for this long and he's still not anywhere close to making a return.
Maybe they're just pushing that report so we don't get our hopes up. And then we get surprised.
Yeah, I hope so. But hopefully.
Okay. I think that's really like the majority of people who are out. Do you think we see any like new signees show up and get drafted? Like any free agents to sign with WWE? I don't think there are any left.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Like, not just that, but no offense, I don't think there's that many that want to go to the WWE at the moment. Like,
yeah, I don't blame them.
You know. But I mean, for example, I know there's massive speculation about Drew McIntyre leaving because of this whole contract situation. I would be surprised if he gets drafted.
Yeah. That's true.
But
so we have a good. I'm gonna like keep track of this list, and we will come back to this next week and see if any of our predictions are right. Predictions that consist of Alpha Academy, Brawling Brutes, Braun and Ricochet, and Damage Control all breaking up. Caden and Katana, Gigi and or JC, Roxanne, Pretty Deadly, Grayson Waller, and the entirety of Diamond Mine getting called up. And the return / draft of Alexa Bliss, Bray Wyatt, and the entirety of the New Day. Yes. I guess we'll see. I'm very excited, nervous, intrigued by this draft. I'm actually going to be like, I'm going to have to like follow along on Twitter because I'm not going to be home for tomorrow. But like Monday I'll be able to like watch it in its entirety like live. So I'll just be like kind of catching up on my phone and be like, oh shit, and like have to remember to like take notes and stuff after the fact. But it's draft time, you know? It's draft day as this comes out. Day 1 of 2. And the NFL draft as we record. All the drafts. All of the drafts. Alright, well, thank you guys so much for hanging out and, you know, sitting through basically like 50 minutes of news and rumors at this point. You know, we appreciate y'all. Y'all know the drill. Savannah, tell the people where they can find you if you're working on anything, all that jazz.
Okay, you can find me on Instagram and on Twitter at y2garcia_, _, not me, that mistake has been made. And currently I am working on nothing. I'm getting ready to finish off another semester. And even then, I have a Maymester, which means basically a semester worth of class in 2 weeks. So I'm gonna be in for it this next few weeks. So gonna be hard, but I mean, gotta do it. So for now, I have nothing planned for sure.
And that's okay. She will get to her content when she can,
Yeah,
and y'all will
and my
accept
back
it.
hurts.
Oh, that's me every day, honey. Same, big same. And of course, you can follow me on Twitter at KatieRasson13. The link I'm about to get all things ShElite Showcase. Twitch.tv/ShElite Showcase. Typically Thursdays, 6 p.m. Eastern. YouTube.com/ShElite Showcase. Watch the videos after the fact because they are way more entertaining. Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts if you want to listen. ShElite Showcase is the brand, and the weekly show you're watching, Hey, Hi, Hello, Inside the Mind of, which you kind of heard me say in the beginning of this episode because I don't know my shows anymore. An interview series. I do. The newest episode with Marcus from World Elite Pod is out if you guys would like to check that out. I also have a new vlog from my time in AEW when I went last week. Is that already last week?
Yeah, it's been a week.
Jesus. So that's up if you guys want to check that out. Short little vlog. You get to see my viewpoints on things. What have I been on? Apron Bump. You can check out me, Matt, and Vince. We watched Rumble 03. I don't know if that's the correct Rumble, but it was fun. You should check that out. I already mentioned before, Young Kings did a draft. You guys can go check that out. Getcho just dropped a new episode. I will not be on Smackin' It Raw this week because I won't be home. I know I miss one Friday, basically a month. It happens. It's okay. But you can check out the Getting Off stuff Matt, Reek, and I did. We talked about Evil Dead Rises, so if you've seen that, you can go check that out. Heel Tactics Justin, the man, the myth, the legend, creating all the music for all the shows that are on this channel. We greatly appreciate you, sir. And I want to say that's it.
Let's just say it. That's
it. Okay, cool. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening. We greatly appreciate it. Until next time, bye-bye.